Shysh, the realm of death, is a realm of endings where amethyst magic is strongest. Within the realm's borders are every underworld ever summoned into being by the beliefs of mortal creatures. At the centre of all stands the great citadel of Nagash, where the supreme lord of the undead dwells. Throughout the ages, the civilizations of the mortal realms have each forged mystical concepts of where the spirits depart to after death. All of these imagined afterlives are in Shysh, the realm of death, shaped by common ideologies and given form in that realm by its abundance of amethyst magic. Yet the realm is not solely the domain of the dead, for in addition to the many lands therein that are utterly stripped of all life, there are those which are entirely habitable by the living. Shysh is a series of sprawling landscapes and oceans, with a deep pit in the centre, the Shysh Nadra. Much like a whirlpool, this central vortex draws in those things that are near to it, though it operates on not gravity but amethyst magic. Since the necroquake, those underworlds that are forsaken or forgotten by the mortal believers, or simply run their course and dragged closer to the Nadra, there they are swallowed and crushed to ultimate nothingness, for above all else Shysh is a realm of endings. As civilizations decline and disappear, as empires crumble, eventually so too do their underworlds. Yet whether an underworld is populated by the living, the dead, or both, all are haunted places. Amethyst magic is plentiful, and veins of grave sands marble the lands. When the mists rise, it is said that they can reanimate corpses or lure those cursed souls that have become night haunts. The underworlds themselves are magnets for the eldritch energies of ending, and they shape many environments, flora and fauna, that would be impossible elsewhere. All the living inhabitants of Shysh, from feral tribes to civilized city folk, have devised their own wards against the restless dead. It is often said that mortals from Shysh are highly superstitious, and this is true, for each sect has developed their own methods of warding off the many revenants that prey upon the living. For them, this is a simple necessity that must be learned by any mortals daring to live in the realm of the underworlds and afterlives. During the age of chaos, Shysh came under assault by the dark gods and their minions. Many of its lands were overrun, both those settled by mortals and areas populated solely by spirits. Cities were levelled, and the greatest Khan monuments were cast down, and the hungering chaos gods devoured souls while their armies planted foul icons wherever they conquered. Even Nagash was beaten. Forced to retreat and recover for centuries, he was trapped. The armies of the dark gods, besieging the underworlds he had taken refuge in. Despite their best efforts, the forces of chaos could not gain access to Nagash's sanctuary, for travel between the underworlds can be notoriously difficult without a deep understanding of necromancy. The great necromancer was not destroyed, merely biding his time, whether by habitance or design. He timed his return with Sigmar's reopening of Azir and the Stormcast Eternal's assaults upon the mortal realms. With the coming of the so-called Age of Sigmar, Nagash and the Mortarchs launched dozens of campaigns to drive back the forces of chaos. In the prime inner lands, in places like Channel Court and the Isles of Dormie, the undead rose up and reconquered their lands entirely, cleansing them of the threat of chaos, and those warriors would join the ranks of the restless dead. And then came near the completion of Nagash's great plan, the Necroquake. This cataclysmic event altered the lands, changing the nature of the flow of death magic in Shysh, and staring the undead to new heights of activity across all the mortal realms. With the labour of millions of undead, the great capital of Nagashazar was rebuilt so that once more Nagash could ascend to his throne. Now fueled by the power of the Great Black Pyramid, Shysh draws in all souls so that none might escape Nagash. Yet the Nadri is so incredibly rich in amethyst magic that even Nagash cannot dwell there indefinitely. It is a place of insanity as well as death, and even the most ancient of vampires and liches feel compacted nothingness of pure ending crushing down upon them in the deathscape of changeless eternity. It is from this epicenter of pureless power that Nagash launches his endless streams of invasions, both to reclaim the rest of his rightful realm and onwards to unite the mortal realms under undying order. Despite the many victories achieved by Nagash and his Mortarchs in the realm of death, the vile tendrils of chaos still run deep in the great many places. Areas like Gothazar are still controlled by chaos, as are the grim fortresses of Mordahan and the entirety of the Cranade Isle. Ossurar is in a constant state of desperate war, even as it is slowly dragged towards the Shysh Nedra. Some of the most corrupted regions, like the tainted Richest Realm Gate in Grishlon or the Bone Gardens of Omagar, are held by demon legions. While all Shysh is suffused with dark energies and night haunts can be found in every underworld, there are some sites of unholy power notorious for producing spectral horrors. The Wraithfords to the north of Casmir, the city of Morzazan, and the Isle of Honour's End have each produced scores of night-haunt processions. The nation of a victorious home to the single largest chain-rust horde to ever haunt the mortal realms. In life, its inhabitants rebelled against the rule of Nagash, so he cursed each and every one of them to be linked for eternity by arcane shackles. Yet, wherever the spirits originally hail from, all now rush to heed the siren call of Lady Alinda. As well as the night haunts, there are also ravaging packs of flesh-eater courts who still believe that they are the rulers of great kingdoms in Shysh. As too are there mass ranks of the legions of Nagash, Nagash's backbone in his war of uniting the realms under one undying order. With them also fight the Ostrich Bone Reapers, Nagash's top legions of truly disciplined souls. All of these armies are now spread across all the mortal realms. However, they all descended from Nagash's realm of Shysh. And that was my short lore video on the realm of Shysh. So I could really talk about Shysh for a long time, but I want to keep it as one of the short lore videos, although it's gone on for a fair bit of time now, so I'm happy with that. The other thing I wanted to say is if you're interested in learning more about it from Black Library, there is a really good audiobook series, which is like the first thing I sort of read / listened to learn about the Realm of Death. And what it is an audiobook drama. There are 8 parts to it, but the first 4 parts are set in the Realm of Death. Essentially, you've got Manfred doing a tour guide of Shysh to a bunch of Stormcast. It's quite funny, it's good as well, and it really does expand upon the nature of it, especially back then when we didn't really know too much about it. More recently, though, you've got Nagash the Undying King, which is a great book I've only just recently finished listening to. You've also got Neferata, the Dominion of Bone, which is great and kind of follows on from that. You also have Soul Wars, which I'm sure some of you people have maybe heard of, which is when they released 2nd edition of Age of Sigmar and the Necroquake and everything sort of focusing around that. And there is more than just like these books here, but they're sort of an example of really that focus on not just what is the realm of death and all these grand armies of Nagash and everything, but how we know people live in these realms, which those 3 books are just listed do a great job of that, and they're not just copy and pasting how people live. It is all specified, different cultures, different religions, all that sort of thing. Very, very cool. And yes, guys, and obviously you also have battle tomes to get lore from. You've got things like the Ostrich Bone Reaper battle tome, Flesh Eater Courts, Legion of Nagash, Nighthaunt, and also the core rule book for Age of Sigmar has stuff about Shysh if you want to learn from those books as well. So anyway, guys, I thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if so, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. You got any questions, anything like that, please let me know down below. When you like and comment and subscribe, it really does help the channel, and it's absolutely free for you guys to do so, and makes YouTube know to recommend this video to spread all the loves and joy of the realm of death. If you would like to support the channel a step further, I have got a Patreon account, and you'll find a link to it at the top of the description down below. Now, that is how this channel can essentially stay alive, is through Patreon, and I honestly can't thank my patrons enough for giving the channel that support. It really does mean a lot. Okay, guys, so with that, like I say, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, remember, stay hygienic, stay safe, wash your hands, and remember, of course, Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.